Peace, what's good, family? Welcome back to the page where we tap into real stories, real growth, and the journey behind the purpose. Today I'm sitting with the R&B artist who's been making noise with a sound that's both smooth and intentional. You might know him from the latest single, Queens of Hearts, a record that speaks on love, vulnerability, and knowing your worth. But this conversation isn't just about music. We're getting into the mindset, the motivation, and the discipline behind the artist, the journey, the lessons, and what it really takes to stay aligned with your vision when you're building something meaningful. So without further ado, I want to welcome the one and only Leo. Appreciate you being here, bro.
Hey, good to be here, man. How you doing?
All right, for the people who's just discovering you, who is Leo and how would you describe your sound in your own words?
So, for the people that know, my old life was NGB Sauce. That was my old name. I carried that name for a little minute from like middle school up to high school. I just changed it 2025 and to Leo because it's more like a mature, and it's actually my name, Kevin Leon Jones. I just put Leo after I just cut off the end, and I'm the second after Kevin Jones, my dad, my father. So Leo the second. That's the full name.
All right, do you remember the moment you realized music wasn't just something you like, but something you need to pursue seriously?
Oh yeah. I remember it was my junior year of high school. I performed in front of my whole school, over 2,000 kids, and I was walking up and down the stairs. I was singing my song, and I realized I've been doing music since middle school, but I really realized in that moment when I heard them screaming my name and cheering me on that this is something I really want to do. I want to make music, and I want to perform it and let people hear it and let people resonate with me, with my lyrics.
What artists or life experiences shape your R&B style the most, not just musically, but emotionally?
So starting off with the GOAT, Michael Jackson, he's just not only just the king of pop, but if you really listen to like his slower songs, like She's Out of My Life, and man, those songs are just so good. Tory Lanez, love all Tory Lanez songs almost. No, all Tory Lanez songs. Everything that I've heard, I've loved Tory Lanez songs. So Tory Lanez is definitely one of them too, and The Weeknd as well.
Let's talk about your single, Queens of Hearts. What's the story or emotion behind that record?
So the story, there really isn't a story. Mostly it was a feeling. I heard the beat. My guy SK, my producer and executive, he produced that song, and he sent over the beat, and I was listening to it, and I was like, man, like I really could feel that beat. So I kept listening to it over and over, and then I started playing when I was like, oh na 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 na, and I was like, you know what? That I like that, like how it sounded. So then I came with Baby So Pressure, You Can't Break Diamonds. And from there, I built the song, and it was Queen of Hearts.
Was this song inspired by a real person, a moment, or a mindset you were in at the time?
Moment and mindset. Queen of Hearts was, like I said, after I heard the beat, I was thinking, okay, how would this sound? How would the melody sound? And then when I started singing Baby So Pressure, You Can't Break Diamonds, like I said, it was just like, okay, I'm describing my dream girl. I'm describing, a strong woman that everybody wants to be with. So that was pretty much it. It was just painting, creating the painting.
What do you hope listeners feel or realize about themselves when they hear Queen of Hearts?
What I want them to feel and realize is, I want them to feel that the lyrics that I'm saying. I want them to feel, like I said, I'm painting a picture. I want them to see the picture painted of how I'm describing this person, how I'm describing the Queen of Hearts, as you will. I wanted them to see it, admire it, like it would if they were hanging up on a wall like a painting. I wanted them to really take it in and listen to the words and listen to the beat and just love the song. That's my hope.
How do this song represent where you are right now as an artist compared to where you started?
Compared to where I started, I went through a little phase. I was trying to do a bunch of rap, and because I was thinking, yeah, that's what's That's what's popping the most. But you know what? It was middle school, also middle school, like the 8th grade, and I was like, I could sing a little bit. So I started singing. I started trying things. My father, I let him hear it a lot. My mother, I let him hear it. It was not the best. It wasn't the worst, I don't think, but they kept me going. They kept me motivated, and I kept doing. I kept working on. I kept working on it. So now when I listen back to those other songs, I'm like, man, that was terrible. But it got me to where I am now, to where I can, I can actually sing exactly how I like to. So yeah.
When you're creating music, do you usually start with lyrics, melody, or emotion first, and why?
So it goes in order. I listen to the beat, however I feel about the beat, and I come up with a melody. I start humming things, and then that's when the lyrics come in, and I start, I say, okay, with this beat, with this melody, what would sound good? Is this gonna be a sad song, a happy song, a love song, a toxic song? That's just how I do things. It's like I said, it's like painting a picture. So that's really the order of it.
How do you know when a song is finished and not just almost there?
Man, I know the song's finished when I could keep listening to it, maybe 5 or 6 different times, and I'm banging my head, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's the one, that's the one. You know, there's a lot of times that I'll go to sleep after making a song, probably go to bed for the night, wake up, go back to listen to the song, and it's like, oh, what was I thinking? That's how I know, okay, it's time to redo it again. Let's come up with some new ideas even sometimes. So yeah, know it's done when I keep listening to it.
What's the hardest lesson you learned so far in your music journey?
My hardest lesson I learned is patience. A lot of things I want things done, and that's just like with everybody. You want things done when you want things done. You kind of map out for it. You put, okay, by Friday this should be this, and by Thursday this should be done. That's not how it works all the time, especially in the music industry. Having patience is everything. You have to have patience. It's not going to all be done when you want it done, but as long as it gets done, then you'll be okay.
Every artist hits moments of doubt or slow progress. What keeps you motivated when things don't move as fast as you like?
So I've hit that moment a countless amount of times. There was a lot of times I was like, man, I post something on streaming platforms and I try to promote it, try to send it out to people. And, there's a lot of times I was like, man, it's not showing up. I don't see the numbers that I want it to be. But what keeps me motivated and what kept me motivated, it's just my faith, having faith that God's going to work things out. He didn't bring me this far for no reason to just turn back now. And what keeps me motivated now, like my family, my team at Skyline, my boy Billy, my producer, he hits me up and he be like, what's up, kid? He gives me advice. And it's always sound advice. So I'm thankful for my team.
Do you have any daily habits, routines, or mindsets that help you stay consistent as an artist?
I do. Listening to music is one of them. Just going by myself sometimes and just listening to music and just listening to different types of music. It's not just R&B. It's not just rap. Sometimes it's jazz. Sometimes it's classical. Just hearing different things. It gets my mind going. It gets my ideas going. And, it gives me a reference of just even writing songs.
How important is authenticity to you in an industry that often pushes artists to fit a certain image or sound?
Authenticity is very important to me. I mean, it's just who you are. Whether you're in the spotlight, whether you're by yourself, you always need to stay true to who you are because you can easily be figured out when you're trying to be somebody else. It's very important. Even in your music, you have to be authentic because people can see the real and they can see the fake. They can see if you're being yourself or you're trying to put a persona on to be somebody else. So it's always important to be yourself. And I try my hardest every day to just be Kevin Jones.
What does success actually mean to you right now? Not what it looked like before, but today.
So before success used to mean like having the biggest house, having the nicest cars, having the nicest watches, the nicest chains, you know what I'm saying? Being able to go to Icebox and flex all your money and all the chains you get. But now growing up, I've realized that success is all about alignment with God. That's success to me, and the rest of those things, they'll come. I promise you, they'll start to come in.
All right, about to start closing things up now. Is there any new music or projects coming up that we should be on the lookout for?
As of right now, Queen of Hearts will be on all platforms. Um, all platforms. As far as new music, we're still working. Like I said, me and my team, SK, Billy, AJ, we working on things for other artists. We got a lot of things going on. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be amazing. 2026 is the year.
All right, would you like to shout out your Instagram, Facebook?
Oh yeah,
anything?
most definitely. You go find me on Instagram at the Leo, the second the Leo II. It's both lowercase. And TikTok, I am Leo II.
And to close things out, for anyone watching who's chasing a dream, feeling overlooked, or questioning their path, is there anything motivational or inspirational you'd like to leave them with?
Yeah, having the mindset of why not. I remember sitting down and I was watching music videos on the television, and I was just seeing, all these artists, and I would be in school and the teachers would be like, have a backup plan because music isn't a realistic career. Why not? Why can't I do what he does? He's a person like I am. You know what I'm saying? So why not have that mindset? Why not me? Because you can do it if you put your mind to it.
All right, y'all, that's it. Thank y'all for tuning in. That's been Leo.
Hey.
Y'all check him out on his platforms. Thank y'all for being with us.